Lassie ladies and barley tea boys, smooth out your smoothie, fondle your faluda, and if this aqua ain't fresca, then I don't want nada.
Because it's time to talk Tull to me. Fresh.
Welcome back to the delicious podcast. I am Omen Thomas Sade.
And I am Nick McGill.
Together we are that alluring concoction, the Feckless Moans.
And this, my crazy straws, is Talk Tull to me.
A libelous libation in the liquids cabinet of prog rock, in which Northern Monk Brewing Nick and Orbit Beers Omen will sip, guzzle, and chug our way through each and every tea-steeped track that Ramazzato rock band Jethro Tull have ever poured into a frosty double-tall glass, passed to us with a smile, and said, "That'll be £26 30p. Do you want to close it or keep your tab open?" We will delicately dunk James Duncan into a daiquiri, hand Scott Hammond a hogshead of herbal refreshments, and gently jiggle Jack Clark into a jumbo juicer. And if we can milk our Moscow mule, shake our sparkling sake, and wake up early enough for a beautiful tequila sunrise, we might just get a taste of that rarest of all the liquors, the pina colada of the autostrada, the milkshake who brings all the boys to the yard and then says, "Hey, get off my yard!" The Sauvignon whose pants are gone, a man whose blood is 76% espresso and 14% flute juice, Ian Absinthe Makes the Heart Grow Fonder Anderson.
I'm so glad you chose drinks instead of Buddhist concepts.
Yeah, me too. You know, it's only Ian Anderson if it's from the Anderson region of Scotland.
Is that true?
Yeah, otherwise it's just called a sparkling sporan.
Oh.
Sporin. A sparkling sporin.
I'm not cutting it. I'm leaving that one in.
Bastard. Nick, here we are.
Omen, here we are, indeed.
We are truly
Here.
here.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
And we are winding down the album Curious Ruminant.
Boy, howdy are we. We are on the second to last track. Not to say we have less than 18 minutes left on this album, because this song alone is 17.
17 what?
Minutes.
17 minutes what?
Long.
Oh my God.
Late.
Oh. Yes, this is Drink from the Same Well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it is the longest single song that is not like one half of a concept album in a while, maybe ever.
If it's not Thick as a Brick or Passion Play, it's the longest song.
That's pretty cool.
I think there is a little chunk on Minstrel that may give it a run for its money.
But that's a medley.
But it's a medley.
And I know that there's like an 11-minute or 12-minute song somewhere. Isn't Farm on the Freeway is from
Catfish.
Oh, is it?
Is it? Or what's the other one?
Stormwatch.
Nope, not Stormwatch.
I know there's some long songs, but and Life really
Is a long song.
is a long song.
I would say so, yeah.
But P Broke is pretty long.
I don't think it breaks 10.
No. But it's on the longer side.
Yeah. What are we looking for? Farm on the Freeway is Crest. Not Catfish, Crest.
The Mountain Men, I think, is pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
Mountain Men is pretty long.
But I think it's as accustomed as we are to long songs, I think it's pretty rare that they break 10.
Agreed. Well,
wait
a minute. Hold on a second. Everybody shut up.
Before we go into the song,
Okay.
dive in proper, we have a little tidbit of information about something that we referenced on today's episode, which is Dunson and Hill. It's dropped.
Okay. Yep.
Thank goodness for Anglo correspondent John.
Hello, John.
We have from John, for the record, the village of Scone in Scotland is pronounced Scone.
Yes.
Scone Palace housed the Stone of Destiny on which kings sat to be crowned. Also, not only is there a fierce argument between inhabitants of Devon and Cornwall about whether to put the jam or the clotted cream on first, but the rest of the UK is divided about whether to pronounce it scone to rhyme with gone or stone. Scone and stone. I like scone because it sounds not American, personally.
But the place is Scoon.
But this place is Scoon.
So whether you scoon, scone, or scone, it's long scone.
Life's a long scone.
Life's a long scone. Why does it matter about the clotted cream of the... Have they nothing better to do?
Clearly not. I think this is a Hatfields McCoy thing. I think this has been going on for generations.
Do you remember that Dr. Seuss book where there was a whole feud about whether it's better to butter the bottom or butter the top of the bread?
The Butter Battle book.
The better butter
Butter Battle book.
The butter book.
Yeah.
Yep. And
what was the solution?
They all died.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it?
Wow, what a turn.
No.
I did not expect that from Dr. Seuss.
I don't remember. They buttered both sides, perhaps.
Or they buttered no sides. Or they buttered the bottom and they buttered the top and they made a butter sandwich.
A bread sandwich on butter bread.
Yeah.
You know, all that's really important is that you support your local bakery.
Support your local bakery.
And creamery.
And creamery.
And
right.
jammery.
And jammery. And clotted creamery. And put them on in whatever order you want. As long as that scone is consenting, then who are we to judge?
Support your local momery.
For the price of a cup of one coffee a day.
For the price of one scone.
You can feed the momes one scone a day.
Let's have a listen.
Yeah, let's do it.
To drink from the same well.
Buckle up.
Nick McGill.
Omen Said.
That was a lot. You know what's funny? That really didn't feel like a 17-minute song.
It didn't.
Felt like a 16-minute and 41-second song.
Okay.
But it didn't. I was apprehensive, if I'm honest.
It's good to be apprehended.
Someone had better apprehend me
Apprehend that man.
before I do more damage. But I thought it was going to be like a big slog. And it really just takes you along.
It takes you through with it, yeah.
It's really great sitting here with you in general.
Full stop.
But being able to see, because you the way you play the songs is on whatever this Audacity thing is, and you can see the wave file. So it's really, you can see the distinct sections of it. And it really does have distinct sections. There's that whole intro section. There's that whole next section before you even start singing, around 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a 17-minute jam session with the same tune.
Yeah, I've seen wave files where it's like, whoa, it's basically a whole bar of sound.
Yes.
Yeah, this has its ebbs and flows for sure.
If you put a Widespread Panic song into Audacity, I would leave the room.
I wouldn't though.
No, and I know that's why we're friends, because you would never betray my trust like that.
That's right.
You would never make me listen to a jam band.
Are they a jam band?
Oh, yeah.
Hell no.
They're the
Absolutely
jammiest
not.
of jam bands.
Oh no.
And if that's your thing, get help.
Don't invite me to your birthday party. Before we get into specifics, let's talk personnel right quick. We've got 4 people on this track.
3 of them are Ian Anderson.
And 3 of them are Ian Anderson playing all flutes. No, we've got Ian. We've got David Goodyear on bass.
Yes.
We've got JDA on a ton of percussion. A ton of really fun percussion. And special guest, Andrew Giddings on keys here.
Oh, really?
Yep. This is the one that was from however long ago that Ian wanted to put back together and used the previous recordings and kind of Frankensteined it together.
Wow. Okay, so no Scott Hammond, no John O'Hara, no Jack Clark.
Correct.
None of the O'Hara-Clark-Hammond Brigade.
Correct. That's what they're called. Yeah.
That is legally their name.
We have to call them that.
I totally forgot that this was the Giddings track. What fun.
Yeah.
So how old would this have to be, roughly?
He was around 91 to 07, so 20 years.
This piano track is vintage.
It's vintage, yeah. Yeah, you could find this in an antique store and get it for a lot of money.
It's throwbacky.
It's Throwback Tuesday with Andy Giddings.
It's so old it's cool again.
Yes. Andy Giddings will never not be cool.
That's really quite interesting. It's interesting because the piece as a whole sounds very cohesive. It sounds all very fresh, like it was all just spontaneously birthed out of a floating lotus flower.
I agree that it sounds fresh. I'm not sure I agree with the cohesion,
Okay.
but yes.
But it doesn't sound like it's Frankenstein.
No. Well, it does. I genuinely do feel like those lyric parts in the middle, I feel like that was just dropped into the middle. I don't think it's that smooth of a transition. It feels too much like, and we've combined two songs instead of one.
So there are a number of like almost full stop breaks.
Yes.
Where the wave file goes down to nothing for a split second and then it picks back up in a new section.
Yeah.
So are you referring to that, or do you mean within those sections it doesn't feel cohesive?
No, from the we've got 0 to 2 minutes is cohesive, and then that kind of builds into the 2 to 5, which is cohesive. But at the 5 mark, when we start getting into that transition to I'm sorry, that's not even the transition yet. That's okay. It's not until just before 8, like 7:45, when we get into the section that has its own sound and fits with the lyrics, the lyrical portion.
Interesting.
That feels strange to me right there. You can see it's dead drop right there.
Pretty much halfway
and then
through.
Dead drop right there when we go back to the original sound from there.
Interesting. Yeah. For me, it was, I accepted it.
You do. You're much more accepting than I am.
I'll accept anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it to me. Before we dive into the very many specifics of this very long track.
Sure.
I mean, this is like almost a concerto length.
Is it concerto a specific length? Does it have to be? Or
Yeah, it's about 6 inches.
6 inches. Yes, we know.
No, I mean, a concerto could be longer than this. It could be half an hour, but this is approaching the length of a big piece of classical music. Like This is like half a concerto.
Yeah.
But overall, let's kind of identify some of the elements that are present throughout.
Some of the elephants, yes.
Some of the elephants that are present throughout. I detect
Mm-hmm.
a hint of Eastern influence.
I would certainly say so, yes.
How do we detect them? With our ears.
With our ears.
First of all, Ian's flute playing.
Yes.
I don't know if he's actually on the concert flute or if he's on a wooden Indian flute or if he's on several flutes.
He's on several at some point. I think predominantly we're on the wooden flute here, I think.
The whole song has this kind of earthy feeling to it. This very, very warm feeling. And the flute sound has that as well, which makes me think it is more of a wooden or a bamboo flute.
Yeah, agreed.
It doesn't have that like really pure sound that you get from a metal concert flute.
Yeah. I think at one point when we double up, which is around 10 and a half, we do have just a really quick little flute duet. I think one of those might be the concert at that point.
Which would be a smart choice because then you can distinguish them from one another more easily. And then there's the drumming.
The drumming. JDA on every drum, ladies and gentlemen.
Just
every drum.
Just when we thought we couldn't fall any deeper in love with James Duncan.
Here he is.
Here he is.
Drumming away.
Drumming into our hearts. He's our little drummer boy.
We get a lot of different sounds, a lot of different types of percussion.
Yes.
But the prominent sound is that Indian type drumming.
Right. And there are 2 elements that I think are giving it that flavor, 3 elements that are giving it that flavor. One is, it's hard to really tell what the instrument is. At some points, I think it's definitely the cajon.
I think so, yeah.
At some points, I think it could genuinely be an Indian style drum, of which there are many, and I don't know
what any of them are called.
Right. And then there's the rhythm.
Yes.
So the rhythms at various points are distinctly Indian, distinctly from that area, that kind of boom, boom, boom,
yeah,
boom, boom. And then the third element.
It also sounds like Latin hip hop.
Well, we all drink from the same well, Nick.
Fair enough. Yes.
Yeah, no, but you're right. Bad Bunny, is it?
Oh, I don't know. I've heard them drive by and I only hear the bass beat. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right. But the third element that is consistent, except in maybe 1 or 2 sections where there is a drum kit, is it's all hand drumming.
Right?
One of the distinguishing features of Indian drumming is that it's almost entirely hand drumming.
They hate sticks.
They hate sticks, banned from India.
Yeah.
They sent all their sticks to Ireland and they took all the snakes.
The band Styx is banned from India for some reason.
Banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a band from India.
You've heard all of the facts here, folks.
But because it's hand drumming, it gives you that warm sound. You're literally hearing the skin of a human palm or fingers hitting a surface.
Mm-hmm.
But it also allows for a lot of variety of tonality. So one of the things with an Indian drum, and this is used in other art forms, in other drumming forms as well, but if you put pressure on the head, it changes the tone. So you hit it with a little bit of pressure and it has a higher tone, and then you release the pressure and you hit it and it has a lower tone. And the same thing is actually achievable with the cajon, depending on which parts of your body are touching it at the moment of the strike.
Interesting.
And then further, Indian drumming has so many different techniques of hitting it with your fingers versus your palm versus your thumb versus the side of your hand. And each of those creates a distinct tone. And the Indian drumming art forms are incredible. They have all those. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
All of this is hinted at or referenced in the way that James Duncan is playing.
Yeah. Expertly so.
And it's really, really fun.
Yeah. This song is almost like new age massage CD sound. Not even in a bad way. I'm not even saying that pejoratively, but that's really what I get from this.
A thought occurred to me while we were listening to this song, which is, in an alternate universe, Ian Anderson could have been Yanni.
Oh my gosh. He's the Yanni of the flute.
Yanni did play the flute.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I thought he was like the tenor. Oh no, the sax is no, I thought that was Yanni.
Let's look up
Yanni.
Yanni.
Doesn't matter. Yanni, who cares? But in another world, as you were saying, another universe, this could also be Ian guesting on a Sting track.
Yes,
very much.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's Yanni. What a mustache.
That's a dangerous mustache.
He was a dangerous man.
He's a dangerous man.
Why did Yanni disappear?
Ooh,
Depression.
Look at that. He looks sharp without a mustache.
Yanni was kind of famous for doing these live or filmed concerts.
Yes.
When he did one of the Acropolis, and they became huge successes.
They're big. Donate to NPR or to PBS, and you get a Yanni CD or a Yanni VHS for your donation.
Right.
Big public media fodder.
Not my favorite type of music. My stepdad listened to him quite a lot.
Oh my God, that does not surprise me one iota.
But it's kind of that pseudo spiritual, like he wore a lot of white linen robes. Anyway, point being, there for the grace of God went Ian Anderson.
But I'll tell you right now, Ian, I know you're listening. If you want to do the next album that's all this kind of sound, oddly enough, I was just listening to Divinities today, your solo album that's all acoustic, that's all instrumental.
The first time in the podcast
I'm having a stroke.
Addressing him directly.
Yeah. I think it would be a good move to have the next album be all of this kind of just ethereal stuff, you know? Omen agrees. He's shaking his head very adamantly.
I feel like a third wheel. Can I come back in?
Our conversation's done. You can. Bye, Ian. Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting that. Whereas I feel, and this isn't bash Yanni to me, but the way that I feel about some new age music is that it is exploitative of certain world art forms. This feels very respectful.
Yes.
And very much a Western interpretation of, I'm going to take inspiration from this art form and blend it with my understanding of classical Western music.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel shisty or shady.
Yeah, Ian's always been very respectful in his presentation.
Yeah.
I think.
Unless you catch him on a bad day.
Just don't.
Just stay away.
Yeah.
Stay one Yanni away from Ian at all times.
One Yanni length.
Oh my God, what else?
So flute is awesome. Let's talk David Goodyear for a minute. He stepped up and earned his paycheck.
I was going to ask actually if the settings on your speakers are different today. They're
No,
not.
I haven't touched a thing.
So the mix on this is fascinating because you can really hear the bass.
That bass is super prominent. Yeah.
And almost as if the bass is stepping into the guitar role a little bit
It kind of has to.
because there's no electric.
It's the only thing that's down that register.
Right.
You know, it stands out very distinctly from the drum, obviously from the flutes. And for keys, we get accordion at some point, but we mostly get kind of a synthy and a piano, which are all very high register.
And amazing piano work.
Oh, goodness.
We have missed Andy Giddings.
No one is surprised at how good this is.
That it's great.
That it's great, yeah.
And the accordion, too, is played in a very different way than John O'Hara would play, than John O'Hara plays.
Yes.
It's got a different feel to it. I really enjoy all the parts where it's that kind of...
Don't remember that part.
It's all throughout.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the accordion?
That's the accordion.
Okay.
There are little moments of like, I imagine some of the bits and bobs that Ian contributed are these just like real brief details of like a finger snap here or like a wood block. Just
Yeah.
we have acoustic guitar.
Yes, we do. Acoustic comes in right at our lyrical section.
Right.
Yep.
There's one moment at 3:25 where there's some instrument that is just played for just a couple of seconds and then never again in the song.
That quick little transition.
Yeah, I thought it sounds to me like a dulcimer. There's something being struck.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a setting on the synth.
It could be a setting on the synth, but I think it's replicating the sound of a zither or a dulcimer.
Dulcimer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a double string. There are a lot of those types of instruments out there, but like a double stringed instrument that you strike with a small mallet. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good call. I think that's probably the closest sound that I could think of for it.
Yeah. We have a couple of distinct musical themes.
Yeah.
Throughout the piece that cycle back, and it's very composerly without feeling too composed.
Yeah, of any Tull song, this one I think feels the most improv-y almost, very, very kind of let Ian go do his thing.
Certainly when it comes to the flute.
Yes.
I think that he probably has a structure that he's working with. But yeah, it does feel very improvisational, which means he's slaved away for hours working out every single note.
He wrote it all out, learned how to write music just so he could do it.
But it does feel like that. And there are some sections where he's going those wee doodle wee doodle wee doodle doos. Even if it's written down on paper, the way that you play it in each moment is to the
open to interpretation.
Yeah, as to the discretion of the player. At just about 5 minutes, we take that. There's a big thump. And then we are started off in a new theme, a new sound by a shaker.
Yes. And we get flute and piano.
Right. The bass comes back in. Oh, and this is where we get a drum kit.
Yes, right, correct.
This is like the rock and roll section, the most rock and rolly section.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this
madness
section is in 11/8 time.
Have fun, kid.
Dance to that.
11/8.
shake your ass and laser lights to that 11/8 time. So it's really fun because it's like a triple time, like 3/4 or 6/8. But then the next measure drops a beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But it's consistent. I think we talked about this last time too.
Within this section.
Within this section, it's consistent that you know every time it's going to drop that 5.
Yes.
I can appreciate that over just those random thrown in, like I'm going to add a note here or take it away here.
Right.
You know, that's the kind that keeps you completely off guard. Whereas this one I can appreciate musically because even though it is dropping that piece, it gives you time to get comfortable with it.
And this isn't the first time that Ian has played with a compound time signature. And even this specific compound signature, that 11/8 time.
Yeah, there must be more.
I think that Raft of Penguins has something very similar to that.
Interesting.
So there's that little like jump ahead.
Yeah.
Counting 11, they began to pray.
At Chew It Over, Chew the Cud, the last of our lyrics, Ian has just the tiniest filter on his voice, just a little bit.
Oh, cool.
Like it's just barely, and it's that like almost radio, like tinny radio sound, like you don't have that lower equalization.
He's reporting in.
Yeah, and telling you to chew the cud.
Chew it over, chew the cud.
Overall, Ian's voice on this track, he's straddling, singing, and speaking.
Passable. Yeah, he doesn't push too high.
It has a feeling of speakingness to it, but it's with notes.
He's speaking with notes, yeah.
Speaking with notes.
By
A feckless
Ian
moment story. But it works. I mean, I know I see what you're saying, that there's maybe a little bit of friction from old recording to new recording in that middle section, but I just like it so much that I don't really care.
I just think it could have been 2 songs.
But then it wouldn't be 17 minutes long.
Exactly. Exactly. You figured it out, Omen. I gave you all of the evidence, and you figured it out.
But I do think that the music and the lyrics, like overall, do go together. It's sort of like a meditation into a spiritual lecture, into a dance party, into a meditation, into a coffee shop, bus ride home, quick shower, early bedtime.
Okay. When you put it like that,
it follows the Platonic rules of theater. It all happens within 24 hours.
I'm so happy.
I'm so Platonic. That's not true.
So you're happy with this setup. You're happy with the length.
I'm a happy person in general.
In general, yeah.
I'm happy with the length, yeah.
I'm usually the cranky one about the
length,
the fine detail.
Well, I just think I'm very charmed by the message of this song, and I think that endears it to me. If it was "My well is better than yours," I might be a little more willing to find flaws.
Okay.
But I'm conflict avoidant.
You absolutely are.
We all know this.
Yeah. But
well, stop yelling at me.
no, don't you agree though that we could take out that lyrical section and it could stand alone?
Yes.
Okay.
Musically, it could stand alone on its own.
Okay.
Lyrically, it would be less interesting, I think, but you could just have the lyric section stand on its own. Mm-hmm. But I enjoy it as an experience. I do think it works together. I think it's worthwhile listening to it as a whole.
Noted.
Because, again, that is thematic. We all blow from the same flute.
We do. That's how I got COVID.
Anything else to note? We don't have a last word pronunciation here from Ian. Lose.
Nope. The very last thing that we hear is David's bass going out on a kind of a rumble.
Yeah. I really like the musical themes of this. Can we hear the singing section again?
From the same well as you, I drink from the same well as you.
I see what you mean. It almost sounds like the voice was recorded in a really different room than the piano and flute in that section. But who cares?
Who cares? Who gives a shit?
We're all gonna die. We all die falling down the same well.
That's right.
What is it, Lassie?
And then we become Japanese girls who haunt videotapes. The Ring.
I have not seen The Ring.
It's so difficult being friends with you sometimes.
Oh, well.
How much I love horror content and you...
You're a saint, really.
Yeah.
I've always said it. How's your canonization going?
They won't return my letters, those bastards.
Should we put a couple more holes in your hands?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll get the hammer.
Excuse me, I have to renew my stigmata.
We've been trying to reach you about your stigmata's extended warranty.
Jesus. That's all I have musically. Shall we get into lyrics?
Let's do.
What does it mean to drink from the same well?
Well, I mean, literally, you drink from the same well as someone else. I guess, there's literally what it means is no matter how you feel about another person, no matter how different they are from you, if you are literally drinking from the same well, completely literally, then you have something in common that is essential for your survival.
Right.
You wouldn't poison a well to spite someone else if that's also your well. Right. And I think if you extend the metaphor, it takes on layers of meaning. I mean, I remember hearing once that if you could tag every single atom and molecule of air that was inside Julius Caesar's lungs when he breathed his last breath, and keep track of each single one of them, and you took a breath in right now, the likelihood is that one of those molecules is also in your lungs.
That's insane.
And has just been bopping around the whole time.
It was right there. It was ready for me.
The water that is in your tea was once passed through a bronchosaurus's system.
Not a bronchosaurus.
Is that not a real animal?
A brontosaurus?
A brontosaurus, yeah.
A bronchosaurus has a chest cold.
The bronchosaurus was made by Chevy during a brief period in the 70s.
Ford Bronco.
Oh, Jesus. I quit. But yeah.
So it boils down to is we're in this together.
We're all the same.
Yeah.
In a moment where politics has become so divisive and there's so much straw manning and us versus them, and people literally saying, "Oh, I remember seeing a road sign driving through somewhere that was like, the Democrats are demons," and it's like, okay. And then I listen to my mom and say like, "Well, if we could just take all the Republicans and put them in jail," and I'm like, there's literally no such thing as a Republican, and there's no such thing as a Democrat. They don't exist. Those are concepts that we assign to people based on their actions.
Right.
And we should pay attention to people's actions, but there's no such thing. There is no one is born as a fascist.
They're taught.
They are systematically taught fascism through capitalism.
Yeah, right.
There's some Zen Buddhist parable which says that some huge Zen master, massive Zen master, truly couldn't fit through a doorway. He pissed off the patriarch, the local patriarch. And this was in Japan. And so the patriarch was, called him to the court and said, "Well, you've disappointed me, so you have to commit seppuku." And the Zen master very graciously bowed and took the blade and held it up. And in the moment before he cut out his own intestines, he said, "When I hold this blade, there is no patriarch and no Buddha." And it has been interpreted to mean that when you hold the blade of philosophy, the differences between people that on the face of it seem extreme simply don't exist, because you see people as what they really are, which is just people. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we all poo, we all drink water.
We're all Soylent Green.
yeah, we're literally just, we're all the same. There's no difference.
Yeah.
And it is in our interest to see each other as ourselves, because then we won't be poisoning each other's wells, which are actually our own wells.
Yeah. Humanity.
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 The manatee named Hugh.
Yeah. I drink from the same well as you. I drink from the same well as you.
I drink from the same well as you. I drink from the same well as you.
Thesis.
Yes. Stated. Understood. Going forward, I will discuss about me drinking from the same well as you.
Yes.
Carry on.
In this essay, I will. Throng of disparate priestly spirits, wind blown, drift on the blood-red sands. They cast a spell of early warning, no welcome shake of their blood-red hands.
Throng of desperate priestly spirits, wind blown, drift on the blood-red sands. They cast a spell of early warning, no welcome shake of their blood-red hands.
That's quite a startling image.
Fairly poetic, fairly biblical, feels a bit Old Testament.
It's giving cult.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving wizardry.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving foreignness.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving robes.
Keep going.
And yet, they drink from the same well as you.
Yeah.
So it's like, imagine the most crazy, weird person that you can imagine.
Done.
Now imagine them weirder.
Oh, no.
Put a little hat on them. They drink from the same well as you.
Yes.
Next verse. A wink, a nod from the neon bar in a sad back street of sweet lady boys. Defy the leer of phobic, drunken macho men chanting football noise.
A nod, a wink from the neon bar in a sad back street of sweet lady boys. Defy the leer of phobic, drunken macho men chanting football noise.
Of course, ladyboys is not really a phrase that is considered politically correct, as they used to say, or these days. But I'm going to give Ian a pass on this one, because he's including trans people in an official Jethro Tull song, and that's cool.
And they're sweet.
And they're sweet ladyboys. Defy the leer of phobic, drunken macho men. Well, we know who they are.
The football chanters.
Yeah. They drink from the same well as you. Yes, they drink. Yes, and they drink from the same well as you. So whether you're a homosexual or a Liverpool supporter, you drink.
Well, a trans person doesn't have to be homosexual, right? Technically.
It's recommended.
It's advised.
It's advised. Well, in this context, ladyboys could be a catch-all term for the LGBTQ plus community.
Yes. Agreed.
And phobic puts the tension in there, the leer and the phobicness. Says, okay, here are two disparate groups who are in conflict with each other.
Right.
But they all drink from the same well.
They do. I drink from the same well as them.
Yeah. Even if we wish we didn't.
Yeah. I do have wishes of that.
I know. Yeah, we all do. I'm like, I don't want to be associated with J.K. Rowling. But, you know, her water's my water. I drink her water.
I drink it up.
Drink it up.
Take it away.
Oh, we have our, I wouldn't call it a chorus, but it's a little bit of an aside.
It's like a bridgy little speaky bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a small bridge. It's like a decorative bridge in a back garden.
Yeah. You could step over the crick, but I mean, why not use the bridge?
Yeah, it defeats the purpose of the bridge. Draw the bucket, roll the dice, call the coin, call it twice. Tell me which way you choose. Do I care? Yours to lose.
Draw the bucket, roll the dice, call the coin, call it twice. Tell me which way you choose. Do I care? Yours to lose.
What is that?
So it doesn't matter your choice. We still drink from the same well.
How you identify yourself, which side you choose, quote unquote.
Right, yeah. Your political, your religious, your whatever belief system, whatever it is that defines you, whether we share that in common or we are at disparate odds, it doesn't matter, because ultimately We are humanity.
And what is the thing that is yours to lose?
Only you can lose your identity. I can't take that from you.
Interesting.
And I don't think he's saying that in a like offensive or threatening way.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's your decision.
Draw the bucket refers to drawing water out of the well.
Correct.
Rolling the dice, calling the coin. Those are a chance.
Yeah. But there's still decisions to be made.
Right, you have to call it. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, fun little aside about flipping a coin.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opportunity to look up how far back coin flipping goes as a practice. All the way back to the Romans.
Yep, I believe it.
And they called it navia aud caput, which it means ship or head. Because one of the coins at the time had one of the emperor's head on one side and a ship on the other.
And that was the game. Instead of heads or tails.
Instead of heads or tails, yeah.
That's so funny.
And in Britain, they called it something else. Something crosses or somethings.
Yeah.
Crosses or buns.
Hot cross buns.
Hot crossed buns. Flip a bun. I drink from the same well as you. Yes, and I drink from the same well as you. He's following the first rule of improv.
Yes, and.
Yes, and. Culture bending, message sending shouts of river to the sea.
Culture bending, message sending, shouts of river to the sea.
From the river to the sea. What's that?
Shouts of. That's Palestine, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, it makes me think. My thought was Manifest Destiny in the United States, from sea to shining sea.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to control everything, but from the river to the sea. Is that a reference to Palestine?
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe it is. Yeah.
Wow. Area
Yeah.
between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea, encompassing the land that includes present-day Israel, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip. So Palestine.
And it's a phrase that can be used to call for the elimination of the state of Israel and or ethnic cleansing of Jews living there to be replaced with Palestinians.
And probably the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians in support of Israel. We all drink from the same well.
We all drink from the same Gaza.
We all Gaza from the same well. Do you know that the word gauze comes from the word Gaza?
I did not know that.
Because there was a weaving technique that was so fine and thin that they were able to create this very fine, thin fabric that was called Gaza fabric, or then gauze.
Interesting.
Yeah. Displaying willful ignorance as to shifting tides of history.
Displaying willful ignorance as to shifting tides of history.
Well, we just talked about this with Over Jerusalem.
Yeah.
And, probably that's such an ancient city that there probably are literally wells in that city that people of every background, religion, conquering force have drunk from, thinking, oh, this is my water.
Right.
Actually, it's not.
Yeah.
You're just borrowing it.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, Omen.
But you don't even possess the water for very long because you pee it out. Then what?
As long as you possess the land around it.
If you want to own that water, then you have to take responsibility and own each drop of urine that you produce and store it in your bedroom.
Is that the explanation for all the mason jars in your room?
Shh, don't go in my room.
Mom,
I'm busy in there. We lovers lost in doomed matrimony cast adrift on an angry sea of angry words, vicious, vindictive, low-hanging fruit on Eve's poisoned tree.
We lovers lost in doomed matrimony, cast adrift on an angry sea of angry words, vicious, vindictive, low-hanging fruit on Eve's poison tree.
Is he saying that humanity are lovers that are doomed by their connection?
Yeah, I think so. I think that there will always be two factions, at least two sides of something, and they are married because they are humanity, because they are drinking from the same well, but we're doomed because we are humanity and we are tribal, and one person has to have all the power and one person has to have all the wealth, and my dad can beat up your dad.
Yeah. One thing I think about sometimes when I'm a bit sad. No, sometimes I think about a thing, and my mental state's none of your business.
I won't ask. I'm sorry.
So keep it to yourself. No, my parents, they studied monkey groups, rhesus monkey groups. And there is a phenomenon by which when a monkey troop gets to a certain size, it starts to schism. And that group, that size is like 50 individuals. And it's been shown that people have a similar threshold for how many people they can really consider to be in their in-group as individuals.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it is a theoretical or metaphysical connection to other people. Oh,
right.
we are Americans.
Yeah. Then you have to lump them together into categories at that
Right.
point.
But it seems to be built into our genetic way of thinking, to our brains, to have in-groups and out-groups. And all of the major religions at some point address this and say either our group is good and that group is bad, or there are no in-groups and out-groups. I mean, that was the message of Christ. There
Right.
are no in-groups and out-groups. There's just us. There's just everybody.
Yeah.
And you have to love everybody.
Right.
Love thy enemy as thyself, because your enemy is yourself, because you both drink from the same freaking well.
That Christ. My
That
God.
Christ. We should tell somebody about him. Does anybody know?
I think we'll tell Vicar John first. And
Okay,
then
see
he'll
if-
let everybody else know.
Okay. The lovers lost in doomed matrimony made me think of the allegory of the long spoons. Remember this?
Doesn't sound familiar.
So I don't know really where it. Oh, it's attributed to Rabbi Haim of Romanshok in Lithuania. But the allegory says that in hell, that hell is a banquet, but everyone has extremely long spoons tied to their hands. So that you can't use your hands. You can only try to use the spoons, but they're so long that when you scoop up the food, there's no way you can get it into your own mouth because the spoons are like 6 feet, 7 feet long.
So you have to feed your brother.
So in heaven, it's the exact same setup, but everybody feeds each other.
Love it. Rabbi Haim, he knows what he's talking about. Drink from the same well. We get that a couple of times. And then our final little bit of lyrics here.
Chew it over, chew the cud, join hand in hand before the flood. Tell me which way you choose. Do I care? Yours to lose.
Chew it over, chew the cud, join hand in hand before the flood. Tell me which way you choose. Do I care? Yours to lose.
A reference to the album title, a reference to one of our first songs.
Yeah, Curious Ruminant. Yeah, chew the cud.
Think about it.
Yeah, think about it, work it over, don't make an immediate decision.
Keep thinking about it every single day.
Yeah.
I think that's the real difficulty with this kind of thinking, is that we are so primed to think of people as other that it really takes a lifetime of every single day being like, wait a minute, this person who I think is against me is actually the same as me.
Yeah, compassion is a hard habit to keep. And I'm as guilty as anybody in forgetting it, but it is something that would make it a whole hell of a lot of a better place.
Yeah, and increasingly it feels difficult and deprioritized in our world.
Yeah,
Which is why we started Talk Tull to Me in the first place.
that's right.
We realized that we are all Jethro Tull. Actually, every single person in the world has been a member of Jethro Tull.
That's right. There it is. That's what we figured out by the end of this podcast. We figured out the truth.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Join hand in hand before the flood. I mean, that is clearly a biblical reference. Although other myths, other thought systems have floods.
Yeah.
But it kind of points to the impending sense of doom that pervades a number of these albums.
Right. And if you get walloped with a flood and you're on your own, you're gonna get washed away. If you're holding hands with a bunch of people, maybe you will not.
Ooh, I like that. I had interpreted it as you're going to die anyway. You're going to be washed away by the flood anyway. We're all going to die.
Oh.
Do you want to feel the connection of humanity or not?
That's also really good too.
I'd hold your hand, but I'm a pilot. No, I'd hold your hand, but I just had hand surgery, and that's why I have this fake cast on my hand.
Oh, Ian.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, got it.
I'm curious on the insert here, where we're reading the lyrics, the background that we've been talking about for this page
Yeah.
appears to me to be an Arabic script. although it could be Persian or something else of that nature. But I really don't know what it is. Nick is trying to do some technology.
Our servant come is down there. Or our servant then bring. Likely from the Quran, as it includes the word servant and a command to bring or come. Specifically from Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 23, which challenges those who doubt the Quran to produce something similar.
When my servant asks you, O prophet, about me, I am truly near. I respond to one's prayer when they call upon me. So let them respond with obedience to me and believe in me. Perhaps they will be guided to the right way.
Well, you look at that. Thanks, technology.
Your spouses are a garment.
Iron them. Bring them to the dry cleaner.
Interesting, Ian.
We drink from the same well.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's that we drink from the same well.
Yes.
Have you noticed that?
I think that's a good thesis.
You actually have a well.
We do. We do have well water, yeah.
So we do literally right now drink from the same well.
That's right. We have in the past, and we are presently doing so.
Nick!
Omen.
Whoa! What are we doing next week?
Holy crow, we're doing the last song, Omen.
Ever?
So far.
So far ever.
So far ever.
Which is, by the way, the title of the next Jethro Tull album. We can finally tell you, we've been sitting on this forever. Next week, we are going to be talking about interim sleep.
That's right. A little background music and Ian reciting his poem.
We will definitely not cry.
We will also discuss reviews and album art.
We sure will.
Until next week, send me a nod and a wink. I'm Nick McGill.
Stop bending my culture. Ow! I'm Omen Thomas Sade.
You always roll the dice when you listen to The Feckless Momes.
And football, 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 football. This is Talked Ultimate.
If I had to weigh the ratio of enjoymentness versus distastelyhood for water, I hope you'll join me in this little thought experiment, I would ultimately be forced to admit that I'm not overly fond of that molecule composed of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom held together by covalent bonds. I can remember 2 separate occasions in my bairnhood, and this is true, where I nearly drowned in an aunt's pool. Both times I was miraculously rescued by each aunt, respectively, as I lay there bobbing halfway between bottom and surface. I don't have many childhood memories, but those are there, soggy and looming. Perhaps that has laid the precarious path for my practicing patience with water ever since. I can't stomach swimming, and the thought of a body of water, be it ocean, lake, river, pond, or puddle, without a visible bottom is anathema to my existence. To this day, I always insist on a visible bottom. To make it all worse, and for this I warrant your pity and sorrow, I have tiny ears. No, it's true. Don't try to make me feel good about it. I know my own limits, and ear size is one of them. Growing up, when forced to take swimming lessons in primary school, I'd get water stuck in my ears more often than I'd get picked for dodgeball. The water overstayed its welcome, and I was subject to the interminable hell of earache after earache, eardrops after eardrops. I seem to recall one day at the doctor's office, yet again for the same ailment, when he believed I wasn't listening, the doctor turned to my mother and said, "Talk Tull to me is a proud member of the Feckless Momes audio network."